Well, greetings once again, folks. Welcome to another Run 8 Train Simulator video. Today, we're going to take a look at another mixed freight pack. Yes, I'm a little late on the video. Been meaning to get this out, but here we are nonetheless. So it's going to be Freight Pack 6 from the absolute Chad at High Rail Simulations. Jason. Run 8 Mixed Freight Pack 6. It's only going to cost you 10 bones. It's going to have a couple new tankers to add to the other T389s, some more covered hoppers, another big boy UP boxcar. So we've got several of those now from previous packs, being on pack number 6. And then, of course, the probably questionably or unquestionably coolest car in the pack, the non-humping CSX Geo car. This is where you can pick it up. I'll link it down below, but let's go ahead and hop in and take a look. We're in Waycross, folks, on the CSX Southeast, also by High Rail Simulations. And these are the cars that you're going to get within the pack. 6 cars in total. There was also a major, well, not major, a slight core sim update as well. I think it was update or patch 17, but it's pretty cool for the Southeast, the CSX stuff anyway, because it adds an actual new model for the Waycross X Union Station for the ACL, or Atlantic Coast Line, which we'll take a look at in due time here momentarily. But first, the cars, of course. Also, they added a little track on Horseshoe Curve to place a locomotive as well. Of course, we don't have a GP9 to throw on there, but you can throw on whatever the hell you want as well. So a little bit of track has been added at the museum or the curve itself. But here we go. So the CSX Do Not Hump Geocar is basically placed in trains to scan track while running trains. So it's 2 birds, 1 stone kind of deal. Now, in-game features, it's got actual lasers, which scanning can be seen in the dark, which we'll take a look at in a moment, depending on your direction of travel, of course. So it's not on when you're sitting stationary. And it's got all kinds of nice little details, a solar panel up top, all that good stuff. But the CSX was one of the first in the field with autonomous track testing, which I think it's called ATAC. That's their acronym for it. But it's got equipment inside of it for storing and transmitting data, to and from about the track. And then, of course, the crews get out and work on what need be working on. But of course, this thing looks very, very nice. Like with a lot of the recent mixed freight packs or cars, or the updates to the freight cars in general and Run 8 Train Sim stuff is looking better. I still got to pinch myself sometimes and say, wow, this is Run 8. It's like a totally different sim now. But it looks very nice. Now, they do keep these clean. I haven't seen any in the flesh, but I've seen plenty online, as I'm sure a lot of you have, and they always seem pretty clean. They probably got to keep them pretty clean, at least the geometry stuff, geometry taking data on the bottom. So this is the laser down here, which is pretty cool. So that was added in, of course. Got little bits and bobs, got your weights, your tears, all that stuff. Says do not hump all over it, which of course it's going to be humped. I know, knowing the lot of you and myself, which there is a neat little Easter egg you can actually see in the patch notes. It says dance party, and I will leave that up to you to find out. We will not see the dance party today, so that'll be a little secret Easter egg for you to find out or search on your own. But it's a pretty neat little thing, especially when you got a bunch of these things going on. It's pretty cool, but we won't do that. You can see Jason's name on there. Oh, J-Dub, Mr. High Rail Simulations. But yeah, these things look pretty cool. They got the door on here as well, which this is here. IRL, so that's pretty cool. I think there's one on the other side as well. You got your vent. No, so it's just one on one side. Yeah, I thought they were on both sides for some reason. But there's basically nothing in here. It's just weighted. So I believe they've got weights in here. It's like a steel I-beam or something. Like they just added weight, maybe concrete. I don't know actually, but it's just a bank of computer equipment or server stuff that collects the data and whatnot. But we got some nice looking solar array on top as well to keep the stuff inside powered. It's a good looking car. It's a cool box car. You can throw it on just about anything. I mean, they'll throw these on pretty much any kind of unit train or mixed freight or hell, whatever. I think they've pretty much been seen on just about everything. So it's just, there's auto making noise. So it's just a pretty cool car. And it stands out. It's just one of those cars that really stands out. So next up is the UP 60-foot High Cube. Another nice addition to the other High Cubes that we got from High Rail and the mixed freight packs as of late. So we do have another Uncle Pete one, and it's the brown color or dark red, or we'll go with brown. But anyway, so we got this now. We got the WP, the CP, TTX, CSX, and NS. So we're getting some nice modern cars. And not only that, but again, this thing looks very nice. I mean, you can tell just, the time of day. It's almost, it's kind of mid-afternoon, but the shadows on here and the AO, the shading and everything just looks really, really nice. There's not too much weathering on this, but that's fine. I mean, not everything's got to be beat to hell and back. But the little bits and bobs and the locks and everything, the plugs on the doors, just it's real intricate and detailed, and it looks very nice, especially when it's got all the appropriate decaling and the old Uncle Pete shield up top. But yeah, another biggin to add to your fleet, which is pretty cool. And then we've got these things back here. So these are pretty neat cars. These are the carbon black hoppers, and they are called that because, well, they carry carbon black. So they're built to transport carbon black, which is used for like tire making, pigments and dyes, rubber insulations, inks, things like that. You're going to get CABX, which is this kind of newer one here, obviously, and then you'll get one of the old school types, which is kind of like a 4750-ish. It might even be ECQX. So CABX is Cabot Corporation, a chemical manufacturer, primarily dealing with, carbon black, carbon in general, colorants, silicants, things like that, founded way back in the late 1800s. And ECQX is Engineered Carbons Incorporated, an international or multinational serving corporation hauling carbon black and just carbon in general. And they are carbon looking, so there's no real shine to them. They just kind of look dingy due to what they hold, essentially. I think they used to haul this stuff in box cars back in the day when they started hauling carbon black, but the cars do look good. It's just a nice new thing to add to your fleets. There is something on the Fitzgerald sub that receives these cars. The name escapes me right now, but it's up there somewhere, so you can definitely use these things, which is pretty cool. You got the Thrall car on there. Thrall, it's a fun word. You also got a little bit of Ding Dong Daddy was here with a friggin' sombrero. But all kinds of little markers and decals and stuff. This looks very nice. These, they look worn, they look weathered. This one obviously looks a bit older than the barrel side over here, but very nice. Very cool cars. Just little, not your typical type freight cars, which is totally cool, having some new and different stuff, but they are here nonetheless and part of the pack and can be used on the Fit sub. I cannot remember the name of the company that gets this stuff, but these can be used on the Fit sub. And if you don't have the Fit sub, I highly, highly recommend it. It's easily one of the best subs in Run 8, hands down. So we got some more T389 ACF tankers as well. As you see here, these are the two you're going to get, GATX and UTLX, two of the biggest railcar lessers in, well, the world, definitely the States as well, both having roots back to the 1800s from various other companies. But they, these basically haul LPG or liquefied petroleum gas, just like the other cars. So you've got a lot more of these to add as well. We'll go ahead and pop the car menu open. That's not what I wanted. That is what I wanted. We'll go ahead and clear that. So to find your MOW car, that's going to be in your other right here. And this is it right here, MOW Geo CSX. And then your box cars, like the UP one, is going to be in here. Your covered hoppers are down here. The carbon black, these two here. And then the tank cars, we'll take a look at all the T389s that we got. So we got 5 of these now, which is pretty cool. So you've got a lot of different liveries that you can kind of play around with. But that is the pack. The cars look very nice. It's just more goodies for Run 8. You can't have too much freight. I mean, out of all the train sims out there currently, Run 8 has got to have hands down the largest variety of rolling stock or freight on offer right now, and it just keeps getting bigger. And I can't wait till they update some more of the older stuff like they did with the old box cars. But let's go ahead and go take a look at the Geo car in action at night. We got a lovely little lash up sitting here on the east side of Waycross, which we're going to go back and take a look at that station as well. We don't want this thing rolling away from us. Holy crap, there we go. Loco brake applied. So we got the Geo car right there behind the locomotives, which you can throw just about anywhere. You do see these on the IM trains for sure. You can't see much during the day, obviously, so we'll go ahead and make it nighttime. We'll go all the way down to dark 30 or dark 50, whatever. So we're not moving. We're currently stationary or static, and there's nothing going on here. So we'll go ahead and throw a couple of notches on it and slowly release the independent brake. And it may be hard to see, but I'm trying to get it as dark as possible just to get that light show going, which is just a neat little feature, Hopefully we don't break this thing apart. I did have some air put down, stopping the train. Might have to get to a certain speed, possibly. There it goes. So it kind of blinks on, so it looks like it was about half a mile an hour. So yeah, as soon as you start moving and you're actually got some momentum going, you can see the laser, and that looks pretty cool. I mean, the actual graphical effect of the laser on the rails looks pretty neat. It's definitely noticeable. And again, I implore you, if you get this pack, go to a hump yard and hump a bunch of these in the middle of the night. Shoot them down into the bowl and have fun with it, and you will see the dance party. But that's just a cool little neat feature there. The CSX Geo car with its lights going. All right, we'll let that train run on down the road to Nahunta, and we'll go back and take a look at Waycross real quick. Just like it says on the tank, welcome to Waycross, guys. So Waycross, Georgia. The yard is just on the other side of this tank here. So a very nice thing is High Rail have been updating some things lately. We got the 2 new stations down near DeLand on the A line, which is very cool. I think there's one at DeLand, and then it was Palatka, I believe. We got 2 new station models. Instead of the kind of placeholders that we had before. Same thing with Waycross, because Waycross is pretty important. This station down here was built in 1911, and it was a big, kind of a big I don't want to call it an interchange, but kind of a big interchange between the ACL or Atlantic Coastline and I think it was the Plant Railroad. But anyway, those both ran through here, obviously, and this was of course, like a lot of stations, called Union Station. But it's a good looking model. Once again, everything seems to be as intended or as needed. You got a little bit of weathering. You can see Waycross up there on the tippity top. You've got the little extra building down there as well. I can't remember what was the placeholder that was here. Was it San Bernardino? It was something, but it looked a bit out of place. But now we got the right thing. Even this little building down here was added as well. Railway Express Agency. This is new as well, which is also a very good looking model. So it spices up the area. I mean, hands down, I'll say it again. All the CSX Southeast stuff in Run 8 is tip-top. You literally can't go wrong with any of that stuff if you've got Run 8. And want to do some CSX operations. But a nice little update. Another mixed freight pack. And we are rolling once again, guys, in Run 8. Waycross. Spiced up. Do a little salt and pepper on it. But that's it, guys. Just wanted to show off a bit of the Mixed Freight Pack 6 from High Rail and the update with this lovely new Waycross station. I'm sure there's a few other bits and bobs that were updated that I didn't notice, but this, of course, I did. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.